escape from the team. Call the morning steam. It's time to break, run for cover. That's gonna cover. That's gonna cash. Then we make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice or might play a parlay. It's the morning steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money. You know how we do it.
And a pleasant good morning to you coming from the sports betting capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is Ramon Scott, and welcome to the Morning Steam Show here for a Tuesday, July 22nd. We've got and we've got WNBA. That's what we have. We have Major League Baseball, WNBA action as well, and the ladies Euro underway here for the big semifinal game here today between England and Italy. That should be pretty awesome here at 3 Eastern and noon Pacific, and Euro 25 matchup today. Everybody's looking forward to that big playoff game today, and let's see how England does. Big favorite, of course, there in the first semifinals today. So that feels like kind of the featured attraction if you've been watching Euro 25. So, hey, thanks for joining me, everybody, here on the show, and let's have a great day today. We've got some tennis action here, including action from Washington, D.C. Today, and some action from Europe as well. So hello to everyone here joining me on the show as we preview the sports betting action here on a Tuesday. Hopefully you were able to get a chance to join me yesterday here on the Sports Money Network for VB MMA picks. We got ready already for the card this week. It's in Abu Dhabi. We've got a fight card here on Saturday with lab companion coverage, of course, but we already have our previews ready to go and up for Whitaker versus DeRitter here middleweights this Saturday, and also a couple of other fights. And we'll have other coverage here, including First Strike here this week. So tune in and make sure you're catching our previews for UFC this weekend coming from Abu Dhabi. All right. I want to say hello to folks in the chat, and we get ready to get started here on the show, preview the games, try to get some winners here today. Had a pretty good day yesterday for sure. Andrew K is here today. He's ready to go with the Blue Jays, talking about those wins, man. Hottest team going right now. Hey, the last time the Blue Jays had their 2 longest home winning streaks, well, they got bumped from the playoffs. So let's see if it's different this time around with this 11-game home winning streak. When they had a 9-game home winning streak, they lost the American League Championship Series. When they had a 10-game home winning streak, they lost the American League Championship Series. Maybe 11 will be the magic number for the Blue Jays this season. Nuke is here today. He'd like to see it happen here for Toronto. And he says, everyone, like this video, subscribe to our channel, Sports Money, here on YouTube. And, well, we really just have Nuke and Andrew. That's it right now in the chat. So I guess we'll get ready. I'll fire up the meter there as far as trying to take inventory with our giveaway here this afternoon, this morning. I'll fire it up and make sure we get everybody counted. All you have to do is comment. I'll give you a chance to win some picks from me as part of our promotion here on the Sports Money Network. Just a new way of doing things here, and hopefully we'll get more comments in here from the crew. Maybe everybody's a little shy. Maybe they don't want the picks. Hey, I'm going to fire it up over here as well and make sure we keep our standings from the YouTube algorithm and see who's the best. chatter here today with us. All right, let's get to the recap here. I love doing that, though. I keep forgetting, and one thing I kept forgetting to do since I came back from that mini vacation was send the links out. No wonder none of my family and friends they thought I'd not been doing the show, but well, we sent it out here this morning, and they're finally, and they said, "Where have you been?" I said, "Hey, you aren't watching." I had been forgetting to send out all the links. All right, let me recap the action from yesterday. Some exciting action yesterday from the major leagues and such. Let's take a look at some of the games from yesterday because I had some good winners that I'm proud of, and I want to talk about the games and well, not just me, but the important games as well. But hey, I did have my Padres yesterday with Strandy Vasquez. They don't call him Strandy Vasquez for nothing. He puts those guys on base and he gets right out of the jams every time. Padres win. We had him here on the show. Hopefully, you caught me there on the happy hour yesterday with the under in that game. Final score was just 2-1, so we rolled a good one there. And well, hey, I was on the happy hour with the show, but that was only after Mikey Money made that a premium pick of his yesterday over on Winnable. I was with him, so that was a good win for us there. Also, we both were on Cleveland yesterday over Baltimore, 10-5, with Tanner Bybee getting it done there in big-time fashion against Baltimore. I had him. Mikey had him, too, with his premiums over there at Winnable. Make sure you check him out. I mean, if we're on the same team of the same plays, probably pretty good play. And he had Cleveland, so did I. Yesterday, I had also the Washington Nationals over as my high roller selection yesterday over the Cincinnati Reds, and it was the Washington Nationals taking care of business 10-8, a wild one there yesterday over Cincinnati. We also have scored with Boston Red Sox yesterday, Boston Red Sox plus a run and a half. Remember, on the run line over Philadelphia. They did lose 3-2. Philadelphia got that win yesterday. We had a premium pick as well on the under in that game. So rolled a couple of winners there in that one. Also, we did have a premium pick, high roller style, over at Tony's Picks with the Toronto Blue Jays, and that win over the Yankees. Toronto keeps it going. That 4-1 victory yesterday gives Toronto now, don't look now, but man, the lead is up to right now 3 games over the Yankees, 5 games over Boston as they keep it going. Also had a winner over on the happy hour show yesterday with the Angels and the Mets game to go over, and a good one there with the Mets winning 7-5. That was our show play there on the happy hour on the over. Also had a winner here on the morning steam with San Francisco and Atlanta game to go over, and did it ever as Atlanta won 9-5 in that one. Also, we did have hopefully you join me every day on the show, the Cover the Spread show, and I said take the Chicago White Sox on the run line yesterday over Tampa Bay. They didn't need it. They won it 8-3 with the big win over Boz for the White Sox. Also had a winner over at Tony's Picks with Texas over the Athletics. I won all 3 of my plays over at Tony's Picks. I'm on a little bit of a winning streak over there, sitting atop the baseball leaderboards this week, I believe, with the 7-2 victory for Texas yesterday over the Athletics with Jack Leiter. Also, we had a premium pick winner here from my sports money premiums with Kansas City yesterday over Chicago, 12-4. Yeah, we had the Royals on the road as an underdog against those Cubs yesterday. Also had a winner on the happy hour show with St. Louis and Colorado. I think I swept the happy hour picks as well yesterday on that show, as I had the under with St. Louis and Colorado and a 6-2 win for the Cardinals. And also we had the winner here yesterday on the morning steam with the Houston Astros and Colton Gordon there. We said take Houston. They did get it done 6-3. And late night we did have the winners swept the late game with my pick on the Cover the Spread show with the Dodgers on the run line yesterday over Minnesota in a 5-2 victory. And we also had the winner here on the under on the morning steam show. Said don't go under with Minnesota and the Dodgers. And I don't know, that was pretty much it there yesterday, although we did have a couple of, I guess I would call them boutique winners yesterday on the uh, happy hour show there, as I gave out uh, yesterday in the basketball tournament and gave out a winner there yesterday. Uh, and I don't know if you saw it, so I'll talk about it. It was kind of fun there yesterday with in the basketball tournament. If you know what I'm talking about, that's a $1 million event, and I did recommend taking an underdog yesterday, Fail Harder, and they were able to get the win on a last. Well, I don't care. They played Elam ending, but they had a big lead. They were getting 3.5 points, and they led by 8 points at the establishment of the Elam ending. And they almost lost the game, but they did win it there on a tip in. Basically, it was coming down to last possession, and one of the teams was going to win, and Fail Harder did cover the spread. They won the game with that last second follow-up dunk yesterday to get the win for me over all good dogs. It was really a matchup of players from Indianapolis yesterday in that game. So there's more action in the basketball tournament today, and I watched some of the games yesterday. So maybe we'll have another pick or two there. But also WNBA today, totally back in action here with a 5-game card highlighted by a couple of good matchups, including the Fever and the Liberty and the Dream and the Aces. We'll preview that. Let's say hello to a few more folks that have come in now. And hey, here's Fernando here. He said, I said Skeens there yesterday. Oh, well, we're not going to worry about that, Fernando, but how about his Brewers in there? AOD is here today. Hello to AOD in the chat. Firing it up here with us today. And Andrew says, could it be 0-0 in the England game today? Textiles, hello. Nice to see you there. And there's Andrew G today. Good morning. Nice to have you there. And Terrell hit his props there yesterday with us on the show, so appreciate that. Appreciate him bringing the winners here for us in the chat. Nick Handy here as well. And how about Big O? Nice to see Big O in the chat today. And there he's in Dublin, Ireland there. And he was he was at the golf tournament. Wow, that's awesome. All right. Hey, there's some steam coming in. Let's talk about that right now and send the first play off. It's on the Atlanta Braves today. They have actually were an underdog, I believe, overnight. But right now the Braves, I believe, are moving to the favorites here in their game today. Trying to find it here, and I'm there. Okay, yeah. Braves up to $1.20 here, $1.15, $1.20 in their matchup with San Francisco. I always, the Athletics, the abbreviation on a lot of the line services, ATH. Remember, and it's always been ATL, right, for Atlanta, and then you have the Athletics down there, ATH. And so I'm like, oh, we have I get lost sometimes there. Okay, let's get right into the show here. We've got a lot of games kind of to preview, 20 games basically here today, and let's get rolling, make sure we get it going. And my Padres will lead it off, so why not get started here with the action? What? There we go. All right. get ready for your comments to the Chat All-Stars. Thank you for joining me, Chat All-Stars. Here we go with Stephen Kolek. He's on the mound for my Padres today. He's up against Cabrera for the Marlins. And wow, the Cabrera-led Marlins are favored here, $1.15 or so. The total is 8, shaded to the over. Let's get that going. 8 over 15 right now. There we go. That's the line here. A little bit of a tick to the over here in this one between Miami and San Diego. All right. For Kolek coming here into this one today, Kolek comes in here with a 4.24 ERA, 1.29 whip, 260 batting average against, and a 290 BABIP for Cabrera here. He is also 3-4, but Miami's 8-8 in his 16 starts. The Padres are just 4-8 in Kolek's 16 starts. So far, and Cabrera has a 3.61 ERA, 1.26 whip, 240 batting average against, and a 301 BABIP. So, I don't know, it feels like closely rated here anyway as far as the starting pitchers are concerned. We know the Padres have a better bullpen for sure. Right now, Padres really, along with San Francisco right now, have the 2 best bullpens in the major leagues, along with Houston and Texas. They're kind of all up there with Padres are number one once again in bullpen ERA. After they fell back there a little bit, but steadied the course here. The Padres have the top ERA bullpen wise right now coming into this one as part of their success for sure this season. For the Padres right now, they have won 6 of their last 8 games overall coming into this one. They've also won 4 of their last 6 on the road. They've won 8 of their last 11 games when playing Miami, and they've gone 4-1 here against Miami on the road in the last 5 meetings between the two teams. Padres have gone over in 4 of their last 6 against Miami when playing the Marlins. The Marlins here have won 4 of their last 6 games as well. Coming in, they've also gone under in 12 of their last 15 games at home after being kind of a steady over for most of the season here. But let's see here what you folks have in this one. Padres taking on Miami here today. Let's go to the comments and see what you're doing here with Irish King here today. And Andrew says, the Padres that bad? They're going to lose to the Marlins. Here's Damon. He says, good morning. Irish King, though, does like the Padres here today. So does Nuke. Fernando likes the over in this one. Andrew says, the Padres can beat these bottom teams here like the Marlins. And Andrew likes the Padres today as well. It's an avalanche of Padres almost, it seems like. I'm not as confident as I was yesterday with the Padres in this situation, maybe because of Cole. Maybe I feel like Miami has a slight advantage in starting pitching. I'm going to go with the under here in this one with Padres and the Marlins today. Give me the total, and I'll take the under. Maybe I'm a little nervous with my Padres on the road in this one, but they should beat Miami. They're supposed to beat Miami right now. It's baseball. Can't win them all, but they look pretty good. Jackson Merrill yesterday was kind of questionable in the game. Ended up making some pretty spectacular plays there yesterday. Hey, 9 Legacy. Nice to see 9 Legacy today. It's all Padres from you guys. I like that, but I'll take the under just in case as my play here on the show. And hope Padres keep winning. Right now, they've been trying to stay up there with the Dodgers here right now, but Dodgers won yesterday too, so it's 3.5 game lead. Okay, Let's take a look at the next one here with the Orioles taking on the Guardians. In this one, you've got Young for the O's. For the O's, and he is so far not been great, 0-4 with a 7.52 ERA. Pretty rugged numbers for sure. In 6 starts, and the Orioles are 1-5 with Young on the mound. 1.78 whip, 372 batting average against for the Guardians here, and Cantillo, 3 starts. He's really just kind of an opener here. It's kind of a bullpen game for Cleveland. He's got a 1-0 record, 4.17 ERA, 1.4 whip, 245 batting average against a 320. BABIP coming in, so not great numbers there either, but a little bit better than Young's so far. Brandon Young of the Orioles, and Cantillo, a left-hander out there. The Orioles, against those lefties overall, it's Cleveland that really struggles with lefties, but Young here, a right-hander, Cantillo, the left-hander. Orioles just 12-16 against left-handers overall. Orioles are 1-5 in their last 6 games coming into this one. The Orioles right now have won 4 of their last 6 games against Cleveland, but lost 17 of the last 25 games at Cleveland overall. Baltimore's gone under in 6 of their last 9 and 18 of their last 25 games on the road. However, 5 straight meetings between these two teams have gone over. Cleveland comes in having won 5 of their last 6 into this one, although just 3-8 in their last 11 games at home. Cleveland has also gone over in 6 of their last 8 against Baltimore, and they've gone over in 5 straight, including 5 straight here at home. Let's go to the chat and see if you have anything in this one. Baltimore's taking on Cleveland here today. It's the Guardians for Andrew K. NYC Bar likes the over here in this one. The widely reported steam did come in on the under here, and let's see right now. Yeah, on the under. Let me update that number here possibly right now with the total. It's down. Oh, all right. Actually, it's 8/15. So, I guess the reported steam came in on the under, but the slight move here from when I put these numbers in last night, anyway, are on the over. So let's see what. Going through the chat picks here. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Here we go. 9 Legacy says Baltimore run line. Oh, and the team total over. Yeah, okay, I got you there. Also, Irish King, Cleveland run line, and over there as well. All right. And we saw a pretty high score last night. The runs were coming early. I think we were on the under actually yesterday for can't win them. Like I said, can't win them all, but yeah, we had a premium on the under yesterday. I'm almost scared there. Nuke says Guardians have been hot. He'll take them here on the run line at plus money. Fernando's on the over. Terrell says you got to go over again after we saw all those runs yesterday. And it was 3-3 after the first inning. I mean, they were, yeah, that's what I said. I saw those runs, and there's a loser right there as far as my premium pick. And I'm almost afraid again because of number of runs that were scored. Irish King says maybe it'll happen again here, I think is what he might be saying. All right. Well, this number continues to go higher, to be honest. I'm showing right now the Guardians actually just moved to $1.35 at Bet Online. It's $1.41. Actually, there's a little bit of buyback here because it did get up to as high as $1.45. So it's $1.40 right now. I'll take the Guardians here. in this one, lay a little bit of chalk as a free play here. But after they were able to finally get it done in that game yesterday against Baltimore in that high-scoring game, I'll try them again here. All right, next up, the Tigers are on the road taking on the Bucks, and well, we saw yesterday, right? It was officially Paul Skeens' day, so no problem there. I mean, yeah, I was saying, hey, this is a spot where you want to take the Tigers here, but Flaherty gave up those 3 runs early, and it was really about Skeens there doing a pretty outstanding job yesterday for sure. So you do have Casey Mize here. This will maybe stem the tide a little bit. Mize is 9-3 with a 3.15 ERA coming in. The widely reported steam came in on Pittsburgh. In fact, right now, I think you'd call the Tigers $1.30. I'm showing some books maybe even a little lower, $1.23 right now at Bet Online. But some of the square books have $1.32, so I'll call it $1.30 here. They're going to be favored in this one for sure. Going up against Keller here. It's Mize with the better numbers, but Keller has good numbers too. He's got a 3.48 ERA, but unfortunately the Pirates are 3-10. Or I'm sorry, Keller's 3-10, and the Pirates are 6-14 with Keller on the mound. I mean, that's probably more Pittsburgh-like. Detroit's 11-5 with Casey Mize on the mound, but Keller 1.14 WHIP, 238. BABIP and a 238 batting average against a 278 BABIP. So, Keller's still these are okay numbers for sure, despite a poor win-loss record, because we know that probably not a lot of great run support when you're pretty much last in the league in offense, like the Pirates are, averaging 3.3 runs per game coming in to this one. That makes things a little bit tougher for sure. So this should be a game that the Pirates probably not going to win, but they are taking the action, it feels like, a little bit here. Let's hear from you guys in the chat. I'm not sure I could take this home dog today. The Bucks looking to get back on track here a little bit after a bit of a slip up there. Hey, you can't fret going up against Paul Skeens. So for the Tigers here coming in, they have lost 7 of their last 8 games. This is about as rugged as it's gone here for the Detroit here of late. They've gone under in 4 of their last 5, and they've also gone under in 6 of their last 7 games on the road. For the Tigers, they've also gone over in 5 of their last 6 games when playing the Pirates, but 4 of the last 6 games here between the teams have gone under. I'm not going to worry about that too much. Got a Pittsburgh team that, well, they're still 2-11 in their last 13 games, so can't say that they're doing much better than the Tigers' mini slump here. Pittsburgh has won, however, 8 of their last 11 games at home. So when going on the road, not so good. At home, a little bit better, but Pittsburgh's gone under in 12 of their last 16 games overall, but getting some decent pitching here, a little bit anyway, but Pirates have gone under also in 5 of their last 7 games at home. Let's go to the chat, see what you have in this one with Pittsburgh and Detroit today, and it's going to be Andrew K. He wants I think he's going with the old school Pittsburgh guys here. Man, Andrew showing his age here, I think, in this one. I mean, that's like that's even one generation ahead of me, Andrew. Geez, what's going on here with this group? I mean, I was more, Willie Stargell and Dave Parker and John Candelaria and Kent Tekulve. I mean, you're practically back with Roberto Clemente here with some of these guys. All right. Pirates here for 9 legacy in this one. And Fernando likes the Pirates here as well. Nuke says, I'm taking the run line today with Detroit to get back on track. I mean, look, this Detroit team, let's call it what it is, a little bit of a hiccup here from what was going on with their great run here, and well, yeah, they even lost one yesterday. Tigers lead money line over here for NYC Bar, and Irish King says, take Detroit in the first 3, team total over, and you're done. Fernando maybe going over, and Nuke says, it's not like the first 95 games of the season weren't all about how strong this Tigers team is, because they're going to get back on track. Whether or not they have, look, we're seeing some great play from some of these other teams. Obviously, Detroit can keep this up and cruise into the postseason. Don't get too complacent. They're still 20 games over 500 here coming into this one. I'm sure they can take care of business here against this Pittsburgh team. Although I will tell you, there's elite bettors that still want to kind of ride with this home underdog. I mean, obviously, I think, like I said, that reported steam did come in on the under. Tex says my uncle was in Pittsburgh there and played with the great Roberto Clemente. All right. Hey, that's going to be it for me. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take – man, I really want to – well, I want to play Detroit as a premium, but I'm just not sure on this total. I'm going to the freemium here. I'm going to take Detroit on the show here. I really want to use them as a premium. I don't know. I mean, they're so good. We don't know if Detroit here is worthy of such favoritism, but I'll take them. Well, they're worthy of the favoritism, but as a road favorite, down to $1.30 or so, I'll take Detroit here. All right. All right, we're just getting rolling here on the morning steam show. I'm just looking at the tennis scores coming in as Siniakova just won, and we're waiting for the next match here. We're looking at Prague over here. Man, nice little crowd out there today in the Czech Republic. All right, here we go. The Reds are going to take on the Nationals, and boy, we saw some runs yesterday, didn't we, with this matchup? Big time runs yesterday. The Nationals started to pull away, get to a big lead, had to hold on for that 10-8 victory yesterday. But hey, you always got something to look forward to when you got Chase Burns on the mound here. Burns comes in with a 0-1 record, 6.19 ERA, a far cry from that first start that he had. But hey, this is his fifth start of the season for Burnsy here. Reds are 1-3 with him on the mound, a 1.62 whip, 262 batting average against a 378 BABIP. A little bit rough so far, but he's up against Lord here. Lord's 2-5, 3.46 ERA, 1.24 whip, 240 batting average against. So look, you got Burns here. He's obviously the highly touted prospect, but it's Lord here that has modest numbers here, but he's mostly an opener, and we'll have to get into that Washington bullpen, and then you know what happens after that. The runs kind of come in here, so we'll see. It doesn't feel like for Brad Lord here that he can keep them down for very long right now. We'll see. The Nationals, like I said, were able to get the win there yesterday. Burns here, last 2 starts have been okay for sure. He went 6 innings. It's really the one game he got lit up by Boston that put all those runs in there. He really just got no run support in his last 2 starts. 3-2 loss to Colorado and a 3-1 loss to Philadelphia. So for the Reds here, they are 4-2 in their last 6 games, but 2-4 in their last 6 on the road. Reds have lost 6 of their last 7 when playing the Nationals, actually, and they've gone just 1-4 in their last 5 here. For the Reds also, they've gone under in 6 of their last 8 games, but 5 of the last 7 meetings between the 2 teams here in Washington have gone over. Washington is just 3-10 in their last 13 games overall. They're 5-14 in their last 19 games at home. But again, they seem to play pretty well against the Reds. Look, Chase Burns may have been rushed a little bit here to the major leagues, but he's looking pretty good right now. It's just that I don't know if the Nationals are much worse than the Reds, even though, look, they're 20 games under 500, and the Reds are, a notch above 500. But still, it doesn't feel like the Reds are overwhelming here. Let me go to the chat. I'm sure it's going to be mostly Reds here. I want to take them too, but the price is kind of, man, $1.35 or $1.40 now. Even it's starting to get into a little bit of a difficult range here. But let's go to the chat. Maybe I could find a Nationals run line. It just feels like I see us talking about it a little bit there, but man, let's see what it is here. Minus $1.40. That's not bad. I mean, the Reds are minus $1.40 on the money line, and I don't even know if I trust them here. I'm going to end up taking this run line. I know it. All right, here comes some of the plays in the chat. In this one, where's the graphic? There we go. $1.40 now, and the total is still about 9 under 25. Man, it feels like there could be some runs again today, and that's going to bring some volatility to the situation. And we know the Nationals, the one thing they can do is produce some runs here a little bit. Okay, here we go. Back to the plays here. Irish King thinks it'll be a very high-scoring game. 9 Legacy says Nationals run line, team total over. NYC Bar likes the over. You got to take the dog again, says Andrew K. Dougie Wise says take the Mets as his free bands play of the day. All right, I'm going to take that run line with Washington. That's what I'm going to do. It's plus a 1.5 at minus $1.40 today. Look, I know Burns is going to be a real great pitcher here, but I feel like he's still just getting going and on the road here. Look, Washington, like I said, they're 20 games under 500, man. They're not doing anything, but if there's going to be some runs and some volatility, I'm going to take them here. I don't know if it's going to be a very popular play today, but give me the Nats, and I'll take a 1.5. Next up, the Red Sox are on the road against the Phillies. What a fun game that was last night. The Phillies were able to get it done, but hey, we had Boston there on the run line, and look, Christopher Sanchez is doing well here. There's no doubt about it. And Richard Fitz, maybe not so much, but we'll see what happens today. I mean, you got Fitz here with a 4.28 ERA, 1.21 WHIP, 244 batting average against, and a 255 BABIP. So not horrible numbers here for Fitz, although Boston's 2-6 with Fitz on the mound. You do have Christopher Sanchez here. He's the man. 2.5 ERA. Phillies are 14-5 with Sanchez on the mound. He's 8-2 overall with a 1.13 WHIP and a 230 batting average against, but a 306 BABIP. Not the best, but we know he's had a pretty successful season for sure. Probably worthy of this price right now at, call it $1. Yeah, it's still $2. Total here is, I think 8.5 over 15 looks like a fair price right now. For the Red Sox coming into this one, they've won 11 of their last 14 games, of course. They've been pretty hot here before the All-Star break, and they've actually lost 8 of their last 12 games on the road. However, they've gone under in 5 of their last 6 coming in. The Phillies have gone under in 15 of their last 23 games coming in here. But maybe after what we saw here yesterday was a low-scoring game. Could we get some runs here today? Phillies won 12 of their last 17 games at home coming into this one. You got a Boston team here that, 500 against left-handers so far this season and still alive here, just 5 games behind red-hot Toronto here in this one. Let's go to the chat and see what you have with Boston taking on Philadelphia here after the 3-2 win there yesterday. All right, here we go. Andrew K. says, take the Phillies. And Dougie says, take the Yankees today. It's a bonus play. Hey, there was some steam that came in I want to mention here real quick. I let this slide. But just moments ago, the Kansas City Royals took some steam. I can't wait to tell you what's going on there. Maybe you've already seen it. And right now, I'll just mention it here. We can't let it wait. The Kansas City Royals with Rich Hill on the mound today have taken the steam, obviously. Come on. You got to get on Rich Hill. The Cubs were minus 265. They're all the way down here to, 225. Maybe it's the square books are still up at 250. Nobody's going to want to take Hill except these sharps. Apparently today the steam came in on the Kansas City Royals with Rich Hill today. Also, there was some more steam that came in just before that. It's a game we just mentioned, the Cincinnati Reds and the Washington Nationals game to go under. The steam came in there just moments ago after we had stopped talking about the game. And we are starting to, we see 8.5 over 20 right now at DraftKings. Okay, here, Philadelphia on the run line. Sanchez to get the win, as Nine Legacy has it as a blowout. Good morning to Jimmy here today. He says, like this video and subscribe, everybody. Fernando likes the under in this one with Boston and Philly. I got to go back to the run line here. It worked yesterday, and I'm going to take Boston again today here on the run line after the 3-2 game yesterday. And Boston minus $1.30 on that run line. That seems good enough for me. I'm going to take the Red Sox plus a 1.5. All right, careful here now, folks. You've got the Yankees taking on the Blue Jays here, and a lot of shaving cream. Be nice and clean. Shave every day, and you'll always look keen. Schlittler is taking on Scherzer here in this one. The Blue Jays are favored to win. Of course, they're with Scherzer on the mound, but man, what a game yesterday and what a performance by those Blue Jays to keep it going. We had them as a premium pick, and the Blue Jays did it again with that win over the Yankees yesterday. Let's take a look at today's game, though, with Schlittler made his first start for the Yankees. It wasn't terrific, but he got it done, and he has a 5.06 ERA after that first game, but just a 2.10 batting average against. Did a pretty good job there, but man, you're going up against Max Scherzer in a big game. It's tough, right? When you think about this, the Yankees in the midst of a real pennant race here, starting to fall behind a little bit. You got to go down here and kind of go with a pretty untested pitcher in Schlittler. A little bit of a prospect for sure, but when you're up against Mad Max here, 5 starts so far, 4.7 ERA, but a 1.2 whip, 298 batting average against, but then modest numbers here for Max so far. But yeah, you got to figure he's still got it in him to have a stellar start at any given moment. Get your plays in the chat here in this important game today. Pardon me, folks. All right, here we go in this one for the Yankees coming into this game. They come in currently having lost 4 of their last 6 games overall and 13 of their last 17 on the road. They've lost. So struggling here for the most part away from home. They've also been losing all these games here in Toronto as well. They haven't won here. Remember, they got crushed back early in the season. Got beat again here right now yesterday, so a little bit rough coming in here. 10 of the last 11 meetings between these two teams have gone over right now. Is it going to go over again today? The Yankees have gone over in 9 of their last 11 on the road and 14 of their last 18 games overall, but Toronto's gone under in 9 of their last 13, including 5 of their last 7 games at home. So the Yankees are going over. The Blue Jays are going under. When the teams meet against one another, it usually goes over. But, well, as we saw, there yesterday, and turned out to be a bit of a pitcher's duel with Gausman doing a great job in a 4-1 win. And I think that's the type of series we're looking at here. After we saw all those runs in the first series with Toronto crushing them, yes, Toronto did get the win yesterday, but it was a low-scoring game. I'm going under. I'm going under in this game between the Yankees and Toronto today. Let me go to the chat. I've already announced my play, but I do want to hear from you. Like I said, I'm sticking with the under here in this game. There's a lot of trends that point to the over for sure, given those team trends, and this series is definitely an over series big time. We're going to have a lot of members in here talking about this game, I'm sure. All right, here we go. Looks like Fernando's on the under. Oh, that might have been last game. Here's NYC Bar on the Yankees. Andrew says you got to take the Jays again. Thank you, Jimmy. I can't believe you weren't a member of the Sports Money group, but thank you very, very much. Appreciate you. All right, here's Yankees run line and the team total over for 9 legacy. Andrew wants to go over as well. Nuke says, I'll take the Jays on the run line. I mean, they are blasting it here. Good to see Patrick, the sporting groovy alien again. Been a long time, Patrick. He says, do you think Taylor Townsend can win today in her match? Thank you, Patrick. I don't know if I have the answers to all those matches today, but really appreciate it. Hope so. I've already been a little bit up and down on my overnight tennis here, so hopefully get it going. Did have a premium pick winner with Botic Vanderschlap today, but trying to bring home some other winners here. We also had Offner as a high roller pick, but he lost. And I also had Hahn, who lost. I'm trying to pick some winners today. Maybe I need to listen to Patrick. And here's Irish King. What does Patrick? Let me look at something here with Patrick, though, real quick. What does he have? Like a blackjack game there going? Yeah. Like he was playing some virtual blackjack. You ever gone to the, playing like blackjack on the internet with a live dealer in front of you? And you give them a funny name, like you ever seen that YouTube video where the person puts in their name and they call themselves P and the last name of Ness, and then they go in there and then the live is like, hi, P. Ness, and they laugh. There's a video on YouTube. Just type in a P. Ness blackjack, and you can see a guy who went into like 30 different rooms making young ladies crack up. All right, here's Irish King on the Phillies on the run line. It goes to show you what I'm doing with my spare time, looking at dumb videos. Toronto Blue Jays money line for Irish King. Hi, P. Ness. Here's SF Niner, Jays, Giants, and Brewers for his 3-pack today. Thank you, SF Niner. And Patrick says he does love that virtual. I don't think it's virtual. You have the live dealer blackjack there. Okay. Hey, I'm taking the under at the Yankees in Toronto. Let's keep it moving here, shall we? And go to the next one with the Angels on the road here, taking on the Mets. How about the game yesterday between the Angels and the Mets? With the Mets were able to get it done, but we did see some runs in that game for sure. Like we said, we mentioned it in the open with the Mets getting that 7-5 win. The Angels put a little pressure on the Mets there anyway, and even had some threats there late. The Mets were able to get the win, and they were able to get the run line win, which is key here. Look, the Angels have had an interesting run here, doing a good job, but these really are the games the Mets are supposed to win and make sure they get. But you got Frankie Montas here on the mound. Made 4 starts, just a 5 ERA so far, 1.16 whip, 250 batting average against, and a 268 BABIP. Done a pretty okay job, that's for sure, since coming to the Mets and getting in the rotation so far. He's up against veteran Kyle Hendricks. Here for Hendricks, 4.88 ERA, 1.29. The whip, 280. BABIP coming in 18 starts, and the Angels are 9-9 with Hendricks on the mound. They're doing a pretty good job for sure. We'll go to the chat and get your plays here, but let's just remind folks how things have been going here for the two teams. You got the Mets coming in here right now, having won 6 of their last 9 games at home. Mets have gone over in 5 of their last 7 at home. The Angels have gone over in 10 of their last 11 games overall. Coming into this one, the Angels have lost 5 of their last 7 games on the road. 6 of the last 8 meetings between these two teams have gone under. We'll go to the chat here right now and see what you have here. Mets line here currently, $1 is down to $1.65 or so. We'll call it $1.70. But definitely be a little bit of move here on the Angels and the total right now between these two. I think we can leave 9 over 25. There's some 9.5s shaded to the under out there in this one. So let's see what you have here with the Mets taking on the Angels today. A little bit of a discount here on the Mets, actually. Here come the picks from the chat. And it's going to be Irish King playing a little roulette. SF Niners on the roulette. You guys are crazy playing these online casino games, but we're all crazy. Zach, good morning. Fernando might be going on the run line here. Zach likes the over in this one. Here's the Mets for Fernando. And Dougie says the Mets -1. That is his free bands play of the day. It's free, absolutely free. Andrew says Mets win again. They win. Mets run line here for Irish King. And SF Niner has Pete Alonso for a home run today. Still waiting on Lindor, I guess. Here's looks like a parlay here possibly with Alonso and Ohtani to get a home run here with those two. Okay. I'm feeling it with you there a little bit. All right, I better make my call here in this one. All right, and look, we did go over yesterday, and there was definitely plenty of runs scored. But for me today, oh boy, I tell you, Mets did get that run line. I came in with not a strong opinion on this game, like everything written out, and said, wait and see what the chat has to say in this one. I kind of want to still take the under here despite all those runs yesterday. All right. Give me the Mets on the run line here. I'll chicken out a little bit. I might just bet it. Okay. Pirates for SF Niner today. Thank you, SF Niner. I'm going run line with the Mets today. They are at -1.5 at +120. I'll try them. They won by 2 yesterday. All right. Dougie does like the under. That makes me feel a little better because I kind of want to go under here, and I may even find a way to make this a premium eventually. I don't know what would have to shake out. Maybe those 9.5s. I think maybe that's what it would have to be. Maybe get those 9.5s together and get me a little under here. I might have to lay some juice, but okay. Next up. The Giants are taking on the Braves. You got Landon Roop here against Davis Daniel. In this one for the Giants, they come in here with Roop, 19 starts, a 3.27 ERA, 1.45 whip, 322 batting average against. Giants yesterday, just this offense is what is keeping them down. That felt like a bad play from me for sure yesterday. as a premium, trying to go up against Bryce Elder. And, Bryce Elder's been somebody that I've been picking on. I think a lot of people have been going against him a little bit, but even Elder was able to have a decent performance yesterday. And man, this steam has come in big time on Atlanta, hasn't it? Right now, I'm showing Atlanta up to $1.15 or maybe even $1.20 here, and they were an underdog overnight. I wanted to take Atlanta as an underdog, and well, now they're favored. Total 9.5 for sure here in this one. Let's go to what you have to say. But for Daniel, he's made one start. He's not going to go long. This is kind of a bullpen game here, it feels like, for the Braves. But let's see what you guys have here in this one. I'll go to the chat and see what you guys think here. With Roop, he's done a good job. For the Giants here, they've lost currently 5 straight games. 4 of their last 5 on the road they've lost. They have beaten Atlanta in 4 of the last 5 games, but they are just 3-6 here in Atlanta in their last 9 games. For the Braves, they've lost 14 of their last 21 coming in, including 6 of their last 8 games at home. Braves have gone under in 7 of the last 10 against the Giants, but Braves have also gone over in 6 of their last 7 coming into this one. Let's go to the chat here and see what you have. Dougie says he likes the under in the Mets game. SF Niner likes Pirates money line or take Keller over in his outs prop. Oh, SF Niner's just behind us. That's all. Braves here for Fernando on the money line. And SF Niner likes the Pirates back there. Let's just wait for him to catch up. No, 9 legacies on the Giants on the run line. And Nuke says San Francisco to stop that losing streak. Definitely getting a great price here, Nuke, for sure. I'm going to go here. Let me make sure I got it right. Make sure I play my cards right. Just want to check this price. Man, I'll tell you, that move to the Braves here, obviously feels like a very, very sharp move here in this one. All right. For me, I'm going to take the under in this one with San Francisco and Atlanta today. Give me the under here at currently 9.5 under for sure. All right. Mets run line here for 9 legacy. And Irish King says, Roop, not very good. Andrew likes the Giants here today. All right, next up. The White Sox are on the road. They're taking on the Rays here, and Rasmussen on the mound. He's up against Martin here, and well, the Rays are a big favorite. 220 or so here for sure. 8.5 under, shaded to the under with Rasmussen here going for the Rays. Got a 2.86 ERA, 102 whip, 219 batting average against, a 256 BABIP for Martin here. He's 2-7 with a 3.79 ERA, 1.22 whip. White Sox are just a 3-10 with Martin on the mound here. He's got a 1.22 whip, 259 batting average against, and a 276 BABIP coming into this one. Hey, the White Sox were able to get it done yesterday. We had the White Sox, but man, this is different. Big time pitching advantage here, it feels like, with Rasmussen on the mound. For the Rays here, they come in having lost 6 of their last 8 games overall, but they've gone over in 7 of their last 10 games at home. They've lost 6 of their last 8 games to the White Sox, although they've won 5 of their last 7 at home against the Sox. White Sox come in having won 4 of their last 5 games. coming into this one. They've also gone 6 and let's see here. 6-3 to the over when playing Tampa Bay here. But let's see what you've got from the chat right now. I'm a big favorite for Tampa Bay here. White Sox, you could almost start to put the White Sox, away from that. I don't want to say the bad teams. They're certainly in the group with the bad teams. I mean, they're still, 30 games under, 29 games under 500. So let's go to the chat. I'm sure there'll be a lot of Rays action, but let's see here. And SF Niner says, do you think that they can turn it around, the Giants? White Sox run line for Andrew. Jimmy likes the White Sox as well on the run line today. Hey, I had them yesterday, but man, I don't know about today. And White Sox team total over for Zach against Rasmussen. Wow, you guys, okay. Hey, I don't mind. And let's see, Tampa Bay -2.5 here for Dying Legacy. I got to take the Rays here on the run line minus a 1.5. Hey, I was on the White Sox yesterday, but I'm going to try the Rays here on the run line today. Next up is the Athletics on the road with JT Ginn. He's on the mound up against Jake DeGrom here. You got DeGrom 250 right now. You know what? I'm going to call it 225. The move definitely has come in on the A's here. Steam came in on the A's overnight. Total here is 7.5 over at -115. So, hey, if you like discounts, Texas would be your team here, actually, down as much as, 30 cents or so off that number. That's what you're looking for when you want to take favorites. You want the game, as long as it's not a move that, is maybe injury related or something like that. And I don't know if we're dealing with any of that here basically in this game. I think we're just looking at a pretty basic move here. If anything, I mean, Berger did end up hitting the injured list, but hey, you got the A's, Clark is out of this game. Muncy is questionable here. So let's see how you guys have it here in this one with DeGrom, 2.32 ERA and 0.9 whip, 194 batting average against a 233 BABIP. Pretty awesome. Probably should be able to mow these guys down today. The A's and JT Ginn, he's an opener. He's made 4 starts. They're 2-2 with Ginn starting, 4.91 ERA, 1.3 whip, 262 batting average against here in this one. We know that for Texas, the games are getting pretty important now, especially given the fact that with Houston out in front here, 4 games ahead of Seattle, Texas 7.5 back right now. It's time to go for Texas here. Talk about going. They've won 4 out of their last 5. They're 5-1 in their last 6 games at home. They have lost 5 of the last 7 games to the Athletics, but Texas has gone under in 4 of their last 5 games at home here. The A's have gone over in 4 of their last 5, including 5 straight on the road coming in. So what do you have here between the Athletics and the Rangers here today in Texas? I mean, it is in Texas after all, and we know that Texas is king of the unders when it comes to playing at home right now, right? There are 39 and 61 to the under overall this season, and at home this season they are also very strong numbers. I lost my place here. I lost my place, and now I can't get. I could just make it up. I'm gonna. And at home they are 20 and 45. No, it wouldn't be 20 and 35 to the under. I'm guessing now. Now I'm gonna look. They are 15 and 34 to the under at home. So more than 2/3 of their games now have gone under at home. We know that, but we just like to say the same stats said every day over and over in case someone new is joining us. Come on. Andrew here is on DeGrom. Hello to Stop Geo today. Thank you for coming by. Texas first 5 in full game, and DeGrom to get that win. And Stop Geo playing some tennis today. Good to have Stop Geo in the chat. Rangers run line for Stop Geo. Jimmy's on the Rangers run line as well. Irish King says Texas run line with Seager and Garcia possibly to a home run. And welcome to Tony Cobbs in the chat. All right. Well, I'm going to make my call here in this one with the Athletics and the Rangers. All right, let's take a look here and see what you got. I'm going to go with the under in this one. Give me the under. That was too easy. Much ado about nothing. Could have just went with the under and moved on. Royals taking on the Cubs. And here it is. Oh, my gosh. Out of nowhere, Rich Hill is signed by the Royals. And he's going to be going here in this one. Man, Rich Hill, how about this? Okay, here we go. For Rich Hill, man, he comes in here making his first start of the season. And look, he was trying to get going here, and you knew somebody was going to sign him, right? I mean, I've just been talking here over the last couple of weeks here. Who was going to sign Rich Hill, right? And signed here early in the season. He's been at Omaha right now. He made 9 starts for Omaha, 42 innings, 5.36 ERA, but I don't know if that matters. Right, Hill comes in here. He's got an opt-out clause. He just comes in and gets the call up here to the Royals. Man, this should be great today for him, but he's got to take on the Cubs and Boyd in this one. So this will be Rich Hill's 14th major league team, and I think that ties him for the most teams played for in Major League history. Has anyone ever had more than 14 games? You'd think Gaylord Perry, remember, he had all those logos all over his old-timers jersey. Well, Arthur Kazal won. That was a premium pick for us on the tennis scene. It took 3 sets, but Kazal wins for us today. All right, let's go to the chat here right now and see what you've got. I know everybody's laughing here, making Rich Hill jokes in the chat, but hey, he's out there, and well, we got to give him his respect. Okay, for Boyd here, 10-3 record, 2.34 ERA, 103 WHIP, 227 batting average against. Matt Boyd has been pretty darn good for sure right now. And what are you really going to get with Rich Hill? It does seem like a disaster waiting to happen. And if anything, you're getting a discount on the Cubs. They are down from that $265 price here to $230 at some spots. We'll call it $240, but that's still some savings here. Total 9 under at this point. The move to the under here. I guess Rich Hill's going to come in and spin a gem in this one. Probably can't get away from taking the Cubs here. I mean, look, I think it's a great story here to have a 45-year-old Rich Hill. Is he 45? I think he is. Guess I can look it up. 45 years old here coming in. Here we go. Let's go to the chat a little bit. And let's see here. Tony said Texas first. Oh, back in that other game there. Here's Kansas City run line, first 5 for Andrew. He says take 1 plus 1.5 here. Glenn R. says Edwin Jackson pitched for 14 teams as well. Wow, Glenn. Hey, nice to see you, Glenn. Thank you for bringing me that information in the chat. Really cool. I think maybe Glenn's chatted once before, but it's nice to have him chime in. And there's AOD talking about Rich Hill. Thank you, Glenn. That's cool, man. Jackson. So I guess Gaylord Perry didn't pitch for 14 teams. Probably only, I don't know how many Gaylord pitched for. Here's Nuke on the Cubs here. Irish King says Cubs -2.5. Dave's in the chat. Hello to Dave today. He says, let's go, Rich Hill. Let's win one for the old guys. I can't do it, Dave. I got to go with the Cubs. You're on the run line. Look, if Rich Hill goes out, I'll be the first. You know, we're going to be leading off the show tomorrow talking about this one, but I'm going to take the Cubs on the run line. I love Rich Hill, but I'm not sure I could do it today. Not first one out. We'll see. I mean, look, Kansas City could use if Rich Hill could do anything here, it feels like it'd be a big deal. But man, and should mention yesterday, the Pete Crow Armstrong missed the game yesterday, and I thought it was for rest, but the report was that he had a knee injury. So we'll see. I thought that was key, and I was already thinking about taking the Royals. And when they announced that Pete Crow Armstrong was out of the game, that's when I went with the Royals. So look, I don't know if Armstrong is going to be back in the lineup today. I didn't look as much into that injury that I wanted to, but it did feel like it was more than just rest. So we'll see. But I'm going to take the Cubs here on the run line. Okay. Nuke says Rich Hill is over the hill. 9 Legacy Cubs run line. As Zach says, it's a pretty rich line. But again, I think I have it as a little bit of a discount there. Like I said, it was $265 and it's now down to $245. I know that's not a huge savings, but in the world of betting, maybe it is. I'm on the Cubs on the run line. The Cardinals are on the road taking on the Rockies. Eric Fetty on the mound here, and I thought we nailed this game pretty okay yesterday. I know it was 6-2, but hey, we did have the under on the Happy Hour show there on the Tony's Picks YouTube channel. For Fetty here, he comes in with a 3-9 record. Cardinals are 5-14 with Fetty on the mound, 4.83 ERA, 2.82 BABIP. Coming in for Blaylock here, he's 0-2 with a 9.97 ERA and 1.8 WHIP. These aren't great numbers for sure, but look, I like to go under in a lot of these Rockies games, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to necessarily in this one. Feels like the Cardinals did have the upper hand there, and you look at this price right now at $1. Maybe we can call it. I'm going to leave it at $1.60 total here. Mostly 12. It's gone up a little bit here in this one. And look, I just to me, it just feels like they keep these Rockies games up here out of tradition, almost 11.5 or 12. And it hasn't really been that way for Colorado at home this season. Sure, they've had their share of overs, but they are 20-26 to the under. But more importantly, they're 37-56 to the under as an underdog. That seems significant, especially here at home where, look, obviously they're not very good. They're 52 games under 500 right now, and they just keep losing, and there's no end in sight. And, it's kind of hard to just take the Cardinals on a run line despite being 3 games over 500. Maybe you could take them on the money line here, but I'm just going to go with the under again. It just feels like we know that what happens in Colorado. We know why the totals are high. We know the ball, goes further, but All right, let's see what we got. Andrew's on the on the cards here for sure. Oh, thank you, Knight. Glenn, thank you. Is that Octavio Dotel that pitched for all those teams, Glenn? And who the hell is Roosevelt? I'm gonna have to look that up. Dave likes the under here in this one, and Rich Hill makes Charlie Morton look like a youngster, is what Glenn is saying. Fernando says 3 in a row here. Give me the under. And Fernando saying, get me off this under, but I can't do it, Fernando. It just feels like, right? It just feels like to me we're just sticking 11 and a half and 12 and 12 and a half out there because it's Colorado and the game keeps ending up short. Not like it's 4-3 or anything, but they get up there, right? And all of a sudden you look up at 6-4. It's the 8th inning. Maybe another run comes in. And it just ends up staying under. So I'm going to stay under here. Dave says, why do the Padres always lose to the Rockies? All right, next up, the Astros taking on the Diamondbacks here. You've got, well, here's Framber Valdez. He got to start push back a day. Look, here's one thing that does happen right out of the All-Star break. Teams adjust their rotations a little bit. So we've had a few of the pitching matchups wrong, I think, on the show in the first couple of days, but it's all shaken out now. Anyway, for Houston here in Framber Valdez, make no mistake, Valdez, 2.75 ERA, 1.1 whip, 215 batting average against. He's 10-4, and the Astros are 14-5 with Framber on the mound. Now he's going up against Eduardo here. For Eduardo, 5.94 ERA, 1.66 whip, 311 batting average against a 377 BABIP. He just has not been Eduardo-like this season. Houston is a great team against left-handed pitching. They're 10-5. You're getting almost a discount here now. The steam came in on Arizona. Houston's still about $1.20 or so in this one. And the total about 8.5 under 15. So I want to respect that move from the Sharps here, but for whatever reason, Eduardo just hasn't been able to get it together. 9 Legacy is on the Cardinals here, and Nuke says Colorado's heading for the worst season ever. 9 Legacy's on the Astros here. Jimmy says, take Eduardo under his strikeouts. 9 Legacy, Astros on the run line here in this one. All right. Yeah, man, this would be a spot where I would usually I'd go with the Sharps in this one and just take what's going on. Okay. Dave likes the Astros here. I'm probably going to have to take the Astros with Dave here. Man, this is a spot where I usually roll with steam. When you have a home dog, 2 left-handers pitching, both of them are pretty. Look, I say Eduardo's good because he has been good, but not this year. So I think that's what's keeping me off and keeping me scared. So Irish King says Houston money line, team total over. So I'm just going to go with Houston again. Hey, we had Houston yesterday. My history is this is an Arizona spot, but I just can't do it with the way Rodriguez is going. I'm going to have to take the Astros. And again, it is a little bit of a discount here. It was $1.25 or so. And hey, you get $1.15 right now at some books. So I'll take Houston. All right. You got Milwaukee here. No one's talking Milwaukee except for Fernando and I. The Brewers have won 11 straight games right now, and they've got Mizorowski on the mound. Wow. I mean, does it get any better for this Milwaukee team? So unheralded with this starting pitching. Why isn't anybody considering? Got anybody other than Fernando and I considering Milwaukee for a futures bet at this point? I mean, look, the Brewers here with this starting pitching, and you can still get them at 20-1 here to win the World Series. Now, I'm not telling Fernando take a victory lap and hang the banner for for the World Series. But man, doesn't it feel like that I've said it again, time and time again here right now. It feels like the Milwaukee Brewers have deep starting pitching. I mean, you could bring in your guy, Mizorowski, who, well, say what you will, Phillies fans, but the Phillies might have also said, hey, we're setting our rotation. I know these guys are good, but Mizorowski goes to the All-Star game after just 5 major league games. He's got a 2.81 ERA, 0.89 whip, 138 batting average against, and a 160 BABIP, and 1 scoreless inning in the All-Star game. For Logan Gilbert here, he's still pretty solid. 12 starts, just a 2-3 record, but the Mariners are 8-4 with Gilbert on the mound. This is going to be another look. Yesterday was 6-0. It was a one-sided game, but still, this is like pitching. We're back in Seattle, pitching, blah blah blah. Gilbert a 3.54 ERA, 106 WHIP, 216 batting average against 306 BABIPs here, not perfect, but we really haven't seen Mizorowski, slip up too much yet. Let's go to the chat and see what you have here with these two. But again, Mizorowski, what can you say? This guy is a story here at this point. For the Brewers here in this 11-game winning streak, man, it's been impressive for sure. But they've also beaten Seattle in 7 of the last 8 meetings between the two teams. They've won 5 straight here in Seattle overall coming into this one. For Seattle here, they've won 5 of their last 7 here, but Brewers just seem to have their number. Seattle's gone over in 8 of their last 10 games, but have gone under in 6 of their last 9. Brewers have gone over in 5 of their last 7 games overall. Can they keep this going and win their 12th straight game now? Let's go to the chat. The Brewers are hot. Everyone takes their turn atop the hot streak, but man, the Brewers have the pitching. Well, I think they have the pitching. All right, here we go. Andrew says you got 2 great pitchers. Fernando, he's probably on his Brew crew. Dave says they're talking Brewers here, even though he likes to wear his Manny jersey. Nuke says, I can't get in front of an 11-game winning streak. Dave says the Brewers, they what happens. Brewers get in and they get out. Andrew's on the under here in this one. Stop Gio says, I got a price and I got him on a boost with a parlay with the Astros, I think is what he's saying there. Mizorowski over on the K-prop, says Fernando. And he says, look at the line is moved. Oh, he's talking the Houston game there. All right. Yeah, I'm not getting in the – but here's the thing. I mean, you're getting a team on an 11-game winning streak at plus money. Maybe it's plus $1.05. Maybe it's plus $1.10. But you got it. Here it is again, taking the Brewers. And not only do you get them, with their big winning streak, they've also beaten Seattle in 7 of the last 8 games. Now, it is an interleague game, so that's a couple years sample size for sure, but I'm going to take the Brewers here. Again, one last game here tonight. The Twins are taking on the Dodgers. Simeon Woods Richardson, another one where they kind of flipping the pitchers around here, and Woods Richardson gets delayed a day. He's going up against Hamamoto here, total 8.5. Dodgers, pretty big favorite here in this one. Man, the Twins look it feels like the Twins look a little lost there. Now, granted, yesterday it was the scoreboard from the Minnesota Dodgers game does read in the end 5-2. And yes, the backstory is that Carlos Correa did hit a deep fly ball to center field on the last pitch of the game that looked like it was going for a home run. James Outman jumped up, caught the ball. Probably wasn't going to go out. It was going to hit the top of the wall. But, well, bottom line is they didn't tie the game. The Dodgers got the win. And, well, here they are again, a big favorite today. So it's that close to being a tie game, but the Dodgers did win by 3 there. Nerfy here for Stop Geo. For Woods Richardson here, 3.95 ERA, 1.3 whip, 247 batting average against, got a 5-4 record. I think Woods Richardson maybe gets a little bit of a bad rap. I don't know if everybody's totally sold on him here necessarily, but it seems like he has done a pretty fine job this season. But Yamamoto, 2.59 ERA, 1.04 whip, and 251 BABIP coming in. So still very solid numbers. The Dodgers are just 11-8 with Yamamoto on the mound here, but like I said, just feels like the Twins are lost here, even though they were just inches away from tying the game yesterday. I don't know if I can take them here. This is one of the toughest situations for the Twins whenever they play this Dodgers team. Here, Dodgers have won 9 of the last 10 meetings between the two teams here at Chavez Ravine. They've won 15 of the last 17 meetings between the two teams. Yes, they're interleague. Yes, that is basically 5 years of sample size. But Nuke says the Twins are going to be sellers here. Hello to old E in the chat. I'm on the Dodgers again. On the run line, give me the Dodgers and lay it. And that's it for the baseball segment on the morning steam. Thank you to everyone in the chat all-stars. You're all eligible for my pick package here today. All right, we're going to go to the WNBA real quick, and then we're going to wrap up the show. You can always check out the 2-3 Zone show here on YouTube. Check out the 2-3 Zone, our WNBA preview. I'm joined by Ron Crawford, Justin McKelvey, Jonathan Solo Malone. Every day that there are games, check it out on YouTube and get a full preview with more picks from the guys in the WNBA. But I'm going to get into it right now with my picks here. And, well, we just saw some steam come in just moments ago in the W, so let's get the lines up there and check out the ladies today and go with that first game. After I update it, because there was just a steam play that came in just moments ago. All right, here we go. The Sparks are taking on the Mystics in this one. You've got the Mystics favored by 2.5, 167.5. What gives here? The Mystics are 11-11. They're just 3-5 against the spread as favorites. For the Sparks here, they're 7-4 against the spread on the road. They're also 7-4 to the over as an underdog, but the Sparks are just 8-14 this season. It's been a rough year for LA. They thought maybe they'd be better. Now here's the deal right now. Now, I don't think we have any official word. In fact, I better get on the old Twitter, the old X machine right now and see what's going on. Because, look, we all know that it's easy to see it, right? You got LA 8-14. You got Washington 11-11. But could it be today the return of Cameron Brink? It seems like it is. When you see a move like this, now look, we don't know what Brink is going to look. Well, we know what she's going to look like out there. But could today be the day? They said late July that Brink would be back. And maybe her status has improved here a little bit coming into this game. Now, we all want to see her back in there for sure. I believe she will miss this game tonight. That's what the report was late last night. We know we're anticipating a late July return eventually, and this move kind of feels like maybe it's tonight, but the report really is that it's not tonight. So I know the reports are a little sketchy with the W's, so maybe it'll be another game. But, man, this does have me. I'm taking LA. Let me just take LA here. I'm sorry. Let me make sure I get this right. Give me the Los Angeles Sparks here as my play here on the morning steam show. I'm going to take the Sparks plus 2.5 here in this one. Look, I've been saying the Sparks should be improved, should start improving. They really haven't. They're probably not going to make the playoffs right now, but all right, here we go. Anything from the chat? Thank you, Jimmy. Great job. Really appreciate it. Zach says it's a big day in the W today. Zach says, don't forget, they beat up on the Sparks of 99-80 last week. The Sparks beat the Mystics. Andrew K's making a salad. That's the last thing I want after having 4 days of salad in a row. And Zach says, yep, she's out of this game but what'd you say? She's out, estimated return tomorrow. Well, I mean, come on. They don't play tomorrow, but they do play on Thursday. So maybe it'll be that game. But look, she's made this road trip. It's just so interesting, right? Mystics inconsistent there. But look, I mean, they're, basically 3 games better in the standings, but only – I was hoping to get a little bit more, actually. I'm taking the Sparks. Okay. Dave's got the Twins in an upset today. Thank you, Dave. All right, next up, the Sky taking on the Lynx. Here in this one, you've got the Lynx, but they're not 13.5. They're 16-point favorites over the Sky. What? Now that's getting a little bit out of control here. Total here, 159.5. It feels like this line has gone up big time here right now between these two. That's too much, isn't it? I mean, I know that Minnesota, look, they come in with a 20-4 record. The Sky just 7-15, but look, it's been the Sky that's been on fire as far as covering the numbers here. They've been one of the most improved teams of late coming in. They're 8-4 against the spread on the road. They're 9-2 against the spread in their last 11 games. Minnesota is still 8-5 against the spread at home. Now, Angel Reese is probable in this game. Ariel Atkins, game time decision. Doesn't feel like she's going to make the lineup, but look, this Chicago team has been doing a great job. This is a third game that the Sky has played. The Lynx and the Sky have played basically in the last 4 games. They've played each other in 3 of the last 4. Chicago did get a win at home, Chicago did get a win at home, 87-81, just a few days ago, or I should say 10 days ago. So, look, this line has gone through the roof. And I don't know if they're that much better than, I say that much. They are much better than the Sky. But like I said, I think the Sky continues to kind of work their way back a little bit right now. So give me the over in this one with Chicago and Minnesota. The Sky is 7-5 to the over on the road. Now, Minnesota's an under team at home for sure this season, but they have been playing some overs here of late. They had 3 straight overs before their win against Phoenix, and both games against Chicago did go over, so I'm going to go over with the Sky and the Lynx. All right, next up, we've got the Fever taking on the Liberty in this one. No Caitlin Clark here. She misses another game. At this point, Clark has almost missed as many games as she's played in so far this season. You do have the Liberty up here to 11 at some spots, 10.5 for the most part. Jonquel Jones returns tonight for the Liberty off that ankle injury. She's probable here in this one. But again, Clark continuing to miss here with that another groin injury here at this point. So The total here, 163. We can go to the chat if you have a pick in this one with the Fever. And the Liberty here, I'm on the under. I went with it on that other show, but Liberty 4-8 to the under at home so far this season. Liberty are also 7-5 against the spread at home. Indiana is 5-3 against the spread as an underdog because they played okay without Clark in the lineup. But it does feel like the Liberty here, they started off 9-0, but now they're just 6-6 in their last 15 games coming in. All right, here we go. And we've got here, let's take a look. Lego World, hi Lego World, nice to see you today, says Liberty minus the points. You got Jonquel Jones back, so that's good enough. Nathan here on the Liberty. Andrew says, this is where I will take the points there yesterday. And here's Zach saying, imagine where the Fever would be if Clark was in the lineup, right? Zach, I've been kind of teasing it a little bit like, what? Clark's defense is definitely a liability out there, but still want her in the game. It probably would make a difference. They're still 12-11, but right now, definitely got to win those games here. One of these teams is going to get left out of the playoff picture, and it could be the Fever. Now, right now, the Fever are clearly in, but when you look at the fact that the Valkyries they're out of the playoffs if you cut it off anyway. The Valkyries are 10-12, and the Aces are 11-11. Washington's 11-11, and the Fever are 12-11. Out of those four teams, only three of them are going to make the playoffs, and one of them, maybe the Valkyries will be on the outside looking in. Doesn't feel like they should be. They played so well and they made so much money for us, but they have started to struggle a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to go under with Indiana and the Liberty here today. Fever team total under, Boston under in her points, says Lego World. Two more in the W tonight. We're heading out west. The Wings are taking on the Storm here in this one, with Dallas getting 9. The total 165 or so.
Final.
Here, it definitely been ticking under a little bit right now. And let's go to it. In this one, you've got the Storm favored by 9.5. They're just 6-10 against the spread as a favorite here now. They're 14-9 straight up. Dallas, what can you say? Dallas is at the bottom here, outside, except for Connecticut, of course. But Dallas, one of the worst teams for sure, next to last in the standings. But I like them here, actually. I'm going to end up taking them in this one with, Carrington is probable or questionable in this one for Dallas, but I'm going to take him plus 9.5 points in this matchup against the Storm here. For whatever reason, Seattle does not cover these numbers very well at home. They're just 6-10 against the spread as a favorite. Storm inconsistent. Wings don't play any defense. Wings are not very good, but I'm going to take them here in this one. In fact, I don't want to get too crazy, but they've been so inconsistent. It makes me want to sprinkle the money line a little bit on Dallas here. I know that's a 9.5 point number, and they're plus like 325 on the money line, but I'll just take them plus the points here on the morning steam. Yeah, they win by 20 or lose by 20. Okay, one more game tonight here in Las Vegas. It's going to be the Dream taking on the Aces. You got the Aces are down to a 1 point favorite here. This has definitely been a move to the Dream. Seems like the action's coming in on the Dream, also on the under here in this one. And I'm already on the record with the Dream, so let me take them again here on this show. I'm just going to take the Dream here to win this game against the Aces. The Dream comes in 13-9. The Aces are 11-11, but they are just 3-7 against the spread at home. I will mention Atlanta is 6-2 to the over as an underdog this season. I'm going to take Atlanta to win here tonight. We do know that Howard is going to be out of the lineup here tonight. Definitely bothered by that knee injury. Jackie Young, though, is questionable for Vegas. I have a feeling she's going to make the lineup tonight. And Dave likes the Sparks today against Washington in that game. Lego World is Jackie Young. I'm gonna say Young makes the lineup tonight. And Zachary Hatton says this is the game of the night right here. And I'm going to take Atlanta to win on the road against the Aces. I guess that's going to do it for the Morning Steam show. Thank you for joining me here, everybody. Hope we have a great day here. Remember, we got a great game coming up. England versus Italy at 3 Eastern and noon Pacific. Euro women's playoffs. Look, England should be able to get this done. I'm going to take England here. The line's a little bit tough. Basically at -1 at +110, but that's what I'm going to take for my play. I'm going to take England -1 in the 90 minutes to win. They're minus $1.70 on the three-way, so that's not awful either, I don't think. Thank you, Lego World. Says he likes the over in the Sky game and over in the Aces game. All right. And for me, that's what I'm going to take. I'm going to go ahead and go with England here over Italy at the Women's Euro 25 tournament. All right, and let's see. Oh, Dave here. He says take the over. I think he's going over in the soccer game here with England and Italy at 2.5 over. And Zach likes England here to win. All right, and I have one other play here. Let me see here. Just about, 2 minutes away here. Oh, man. Oh, we got the game time wrong on this Champions League. Oh, man, I don't know if I can get this one off here all of a sudden. All right. I'll just have to leave it as such. Let's get the show over with here today. Dave is on the Liberty as well. Andrew says no score in the first half of the England and Italy game today. All right. That's going to do it for the Morning Steam, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's do the contest. Hey, what I've done now is, you're going to be stuck with a month's worth of plays if you win the drawing here. Let's go to the drawing and see who wins. Hey, go over to winnable.com/Ramon. You can get more plays from me every day over at winnable.com. Get my best plays every day with my sports money premiums over there. You can subscribe for free and get some free selections from me, and also get my sports money premiums. We had some winners yesterday in Major League Baseball that I went over, and I'll have some more again today. And also, I'm going to have, I believe, at least 2 WNBA plays with my sports money premiums today. So let's win in the W today. Go over there and subscribe to the plays. All right, let's get the address up there. I want everyone to subscribe. I want Dave to subscribe. Why isn't Dave subscribing to the free picks? Maybe he'll win. Go to winnable.com/Ramon and use the promo code STEAM to save 20% of all premium pick packages. Dave gets his package for free. Here we go. Let's do the drawing and see who wins today. Here we go. How many are entered in? Let's take a look. 26 of you are entered in to win today. All right, here we go. Nicholas, Damon, Stop Geo, Abel, Irish King, Zach Hatton, SF9er, Lego World, Patrick, and it's Andrew G. My man, Andrew G. So, hey, Andrew gets a month worth of my picks. Hopefully, they'll be great picks if Andrew wants. Andrew, all you do is go over to winnable.com. Whoops, let me get this here, bring me up. Andrew G wins. So go over to winnable.com / Ramon, and over there, Andrew, sign up and use the promo code. Look, I can just say it out here to everyone. Everyone could use the promo code, but Andrew, make sure that I know which one's you, if you do indeed take me up on this offer. But what you do is go over to winnable.com, and for this one, you're going to use the promo code WINNER, and you'll get 1 free month over at winnable.com. Use the promo code WINNER, but that's only for Andrew. Anybody else, I'm going to turn it down. But you'll get the package there, Andrew, today if you'd like. Really appreciate you for all your contributions, too. I mean, that really is what it's all about. You deserve that. Hopefully, I'll have some nice picks for you. But again, you just get my picks every day, and you can check them out. Hey, Abel's here with his West Up parlay. We got to show this before we get here going with this one. Let's see. He's got De'Erica Hamby over in her points, Plum over in her assists, Wilson over in her points and rebounds there as well. Also, Andy Pages to get a hit there. Yeah, Pages. Yamamoto over in his K-prop as well. Oh, that was, for tonight. SF9er says go with Wilson plus the points there also. And let's see here. Abel says, I'm maybe not watching the WNBA. No, let's see. SF9er, you were in. Zach Hatton, thank you guys. Storm for Dave. He's got the Storm to cover the spread against Dallas. All right. That's going to do it for the Morning Steam. Thank you, everybody, for joining me here today on the show. We'll be back tomorrow with more Morning Steam. We'll be here tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 Pacific. More baseball, WNBA, and preview the other women's game or make a pick there anyway. Thank you very much for joining me here on the show. All right, who is the number one today in the Sports Money Morning Steam chat, according to the algorithm? That's what I want to know. And that'll be the end of the show. You're welcome to go. But let's see. Andrew G., he won the contest. He's also number one in the algorithm. Number 3, Fernando number 4, Irish King 5, Zach Hatton 6, NYC Bar 7, AOD 8th, SF9er 9th, and Dave Dickens was 10th today in the algorithm there. All right, you guys just calm down in the chat here. If I'm not me bringing my winners here for you guys every day, because we try to get along here. Nobody's above this. Nobody's above this situation, you guys. All right, that's going to do it. And for the Sports Money Network, I'm Ramon Scott. So long.
That's gonna cover, that's gonna cash. Maybe make the 100-yard dash to the window. I don't know what you thought. It's Ramon Scott running so hot. Sports make money and we make money with sports money every single day. NFL, NHL, NCAA. Stay away from the juice, we might play a parlay. It's the Morning Steam. What? Ramon Scott. Sports money. What? Wake your ass up and let's get to the money. Get to the money.